The most convenient thing is a scooter for short travel distances. If you have larger distances or need to carry something, pull a cargo or something like that, a trailer, then definitely the L3. When you think about the S2, DYU S2 is more or less a scooter replacement so that you can sit. Okay, which one do you like the most?
Initiating.
Welcome back. Welcome back to my daily grind. Create yourself is what you'll find me doing every day and every night. No time to lose, one day, one step in the right direction. I'm Chris and I'm only here to show you if I can do it, you can do it too. Welcome back to the vlog. It is Saturday, another day, another chance to push hard, and the topic for this vlog is e-scooter versus e-bike versus e-bike, so let's get it. By the way, all the product reviews right here, watch them all, but before we get started, love goes out to all my subscribers. Thank you for making my life special and worth living to the max, so let me try to give back with a sweet video. So I want to compare all my transportation devices, actually not all of them because I also have an e-board. Anyways, I want to compare them in terms of battery capacity, range, style, size, maneuverability, top speed, all of that good stuff, so let's get right to it. Alright, here we go. We have the scooter and two e-bikes, mini e-bikes, the EZ6, the L3 and the S2. Quick pause. Sadly, two of these devices, I can't use them any longer. Well, I will get to that in upcoming videos, but to make it short, on the right, the EZ6 scooter by iEZway. The back fender, well, is it called the fender? I think the mudguard on the back wheel broke off. This thing is very fragile, and compared to similar models, there are no additional structures to keep it from breaking off. It's literally just the top piece, and I managed to break it off with the L3 actually. I have a rather small basement where I store my vehicles, and with the front wheel I bumped into the mudguard and it broke off, so I have to repair this one. That's not a hard fix compared to the S2 on the left, DYU S2. This bike came pretty much empty, well, with an empty battery due to the always on alarm system, and the battery lost most of its capacity, so when I ride this from my flat to my office, for example, it's almost empty, so 2 out of 3 I can use them at this very moment. Scooter will be an easy fix, but the DYU will need a new battery pack, and that's not going to happen in the near future, to say the least. So currently I'm only using the L3. It's not an issue, and as I said, it's the fastest one out of these 3, and as I also said, for whatever reason I got this one unlocked. The other 2 are kept at 25 kilometers per hour. The L3 goes up to around 38 kilometers per hour when it's fully charged. So it's definitely the fastest one and the most efficient one, most versatile to say the least. Most convenient is, in my opinion, the scooter. I would probably be using the scooter if it wouldn't be for the broken mudguard. So scooter for short travel, L3 for the long distance or fast rides, or actually pulling a cargo trailer. This will also be an upcoming video or video series. And the DYU S2 is just so small and kind of weird. You can give this to friends if it's working, assuming that it's working properly. But I'm hardly using this one. But before we get to more of my experiences, let's compare the 3 devices. Let's compare the specs. Let's go. So here is my good old sheet, and I will add the weight to this one day, so in the next comparison when I get another vehicle I will add the weight for sure. That's another important parameter in my opinion. But anyways, starting with the voltage, the scooter and the S2 both have 36 volts, the L3 has 48 volts. Also the amp hours of the S2 and EZ6 are fairly similar, both resulting in around 360 to, well, 374 watt hours of capacity. Compared to the Fiido L3 massive battery, twice the amp hours and more, and the watt hours, the capacity is actually almost more than 3 times of the other 2 devices. Motor power, the S2 has a 250 watt motor, and the EZ6 apparently a 350 watts motor, and the Fiido L3 also 350 geared motor. Now when you divide the capacity in watt hours by the motor power, you will get a full throttle calculation. The S2 you can go full throttle for around 86 minutes theoretically, with the EZ6 64 minutes, and with the L3 around 190 minutes. The nominal speed, now this is getting kind of iffy. The nominal speed I was thinking would be 25 kilometers for the scooter and the S2, and as I said, the L3 has a top speed of around 37 to 38 kilometers per hour fully charged, but the nominal speed of course is just the average for the whole ride basically, so I assumed it at 32 kilometers per hour. but actually the scooter after around 2 to 5 kilometers, the top speed will already drop, so the nominal speed would be way less than that, and the same for the S2, but I can't even test that because the battery is broken. But anyways, the theoretical range, calculated range, would be around 36 kilometers for the S2 and 26 for the scooter, and a whopping 100 plus for the L3. Also from the graph we can see that the L3 just has this incredible battery. The battery is mind-blowing. It's basically the biggest part of the bike and I actually love it. Alright, back to this picture. As you can see, the wheel size, the scooter obviously has the smallest ones. These are solid tires, so I love that. The DYU S2, also I think these are solid ones. Anyways, they are a bit wider, so they are basically fat tires, and the Fiido L3 has basically standard bicycle tires with an air hose. Well, you need to fill them up with air. So I actually like the solid wheels way more because you don't need to keep them in check and stuff like that. Also, they can take way more wear and tear. But what's most important is the size big enough? And yes, for all three, even the scooter wheels are big enough to cross all possible cracks, crevices, bumps. So no issue with that whatsoever. And yeah, it's not a big difference when you compare the three. Both of them will work just fine. When it gets to the suspension, none of these have a proper suspension. The S2 and the L3 have saddle springs basically, but the frame has no shock absorption whatsoever, and the scooter none whatsoever as well. But it's mostly fine when you have great streets, I assume. All three vehicles have active lighting front and back, but sadly the scooter, when I broke off the back mudguard, well, I didn't rip the cable, but the cable will actually go through the mudguard to the light, so you could actually damage that, but I think I can fix that. Anyways, lighting is pretty weak for all three of them, but at least there is lighting, so perfect. When it gets to the rest of the e-bike comparison, there is a dedicated video. Check it out right here in the cards. It's kind of hard to compare it to the scooter. The bikes are obviously way more versatile and more convenient because you can take a seat, but the scooter all in all has a smaller footprint and is a bit lighter. What I don't like about the scooter is that the charging port is on the bottom of the thing, so for the bikes it's not a well, you have to go down really low, get on your knees and look for the stupid hole. It's not easy to reach, not easy to see. So that's a annoying drawback of the scooter, but I mean, yeah, could be worse, I guess. When it gets to the folding, you can fold the scooter at the handlebar beam. The L3 is a folding beast. It has many folding joints, and you can also fold the handlebar of the S2. So you can transform the size of all of them to at least to a certain degree. Sadly, as I said, the smaller ones, they don't have a large battery capacity, so the max speed will drop fairly fast, and also that's quite annoying. I was assuming that the speed is kept at 25 kilometers and thus giving you top speed 25 kilometers per hour all the way until, well, the battery is at least like half empty or something like that. That was my way of thinking, but nope, that's not how that works. In the mentioned e-bike comparison video, there is also a price comparison. When we get to the scooter, this is actually fairly competitively priced, and it's a very affordable scooter too. If I remember this correctly, it's around 350 bucks. So that's definitely affordable compared with the other scooters, and it's solid, and yeah, it's a great device, and yeah, very competitive. The bikes are, compared to that, are way more expensive. Let's conclude this in my opinion. The most convenient thing is a scooter for short travel distances. If you have larger distances or need to carry something, pull a cargo or something like that, well, a trailer, then definitely the L3. And when you think about the S2, DYU S2 is more or less a scooter replacement so that you can sit. So scooter and S2 are fairly similar, and the L3 is definitely like a full-fledged, well, it is a full-fledged e-bike, but just a bit smaller. Alright. Are you good?
Yes.
Kinda bored?
Yes.
Hello.
Hello.
Bye-bye. Okay. Okay, which one do you like the most? The fast one. Okay. Alright, you did great, as always. To conclude this, e-bikes are more chill because you can sit, obviously. It's a bit more, well, it's more convenient compared to an e-scooter. The microbike and the scooter have the same top speed, which is quite slow, but actually on the scooter, when I just drive home and it's a nice day, then you can actually enjoy nature a bit. That's quite nice. With the Fiido L3, it's just full on blast. Range-wise, none of this matters because the way from my flat to my office is rather short. It's just like a kilometer. But as you saw, the Fiido L3 would be able to go way further than that. There are just so many possibilities with the Fiido L3, but it's also so much heavier and not as maneuverable as the other two. So for my short road trips, I'm mostly using the scooter by now because it's just nice. I mean, it's slow, but I'm fine with that, at least. Mostly. Sometimes I'm taking the small bike, but just to keep it, you know, moving, I guess. And for longer trips, I'm using the Fiido L3. But lastly, it of course has this massive removable battery. And if you have a 48-volt transformer, you could use the battery to do stuff. Would be a cool project to look into that. But anyways, that's it for this one. Stay tuned for more long-term reviews about all my devices, all my electric vehicles. But yeah, that's it for this one. Smash the like button. The way an electric device can smash your head if you don't wear a helmet. Stay safe. I should listen to my own advice and get one. Anyways, bang the bell like crap to never miss product reviews and check the recent news on ChrisViral.com. And that's it for today. I will see you tomorrow.